Hey guys! First thing you might be noticing right off the bat is I got an HD webcam. I'm now in HD. A lot of you have been requesting that I go HD with my videos, so here I am in all HD goodness. So this is my next letters video because I still have tons of letters to get to. Also, we are going to be doing the live cam chat soon. Let's do it after Thanksgiving because this week is Thanksgiving and I'm heading off to Vegas. Um, and so yeah, let's plan for that after Thanksgiving, probably the week after, but I'll do a little video updating you guys with time and a URL that we can all meet up and live chat. But also if you follow my Twitter, you'll get a lot more updates about that than you will on YouTube. Before I start getting to the letters, a lot of people keep asking me if I'm going to review Castlevania Lords of Shadow. And I'll give you a quick review right now, and this is why I'm not going to do a full review. I didn't like the game. I thought it was completely repetitive, very generic, and I feel that the only reason it did so well, or sold so well, the reviews weren't that great, was because it had the Castlevania name attached to it. I think if it didn't have Castlevania attached to it, it wouldn't have done very well and most people would have ignored it. So that's my review. Sorry if I offend anybody that I didn't like it, but come on. I mean, you played it and yeah, it looked good, but didn't you expect a more polished game and better gameplay mechanics than that? If you enjoyed it, then good. I'm glad you got your money's worth. I felt like I didn't. So now let's get to those questions. Scratch Zim wants to know if I like Nirvana. Now in my last letters video, I did talk about some of my favorite bands, which was the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Rob Zombie, Coldplay, stuff like that. But I don't like Nirvana. I was a huge Nirvana fan in high school, but now I kind of feel like I moved on from Nirvana. It's weird to say, but maybe I've outgrown it a little bit. I don't know. So no, I'm not a big fan. I respect them as a band, but meh. He also wants to know if I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Z. No, not a fan of that either. It's just, I don't like much anime at all. In fact, I think the only anime I like is Little Blue Girl. And if any of you know what that is, it's not really anime, it's more like hentai. But tentacle porn, yay! Who doesn't love tentacle porn? But other than that, I don't like anime. I'm not into the whole Japanese culture fad thing that's going on right now. You know, whatever. Anonymous wants to know, how would a guy get your heart? Um, Definitely be a gamer. I really like nerdy kind of shy guys. I don't, if I'm at a bar or a party, the guy that comes and talks to me at the bar is not going to get my attention. It's the guy that's in the corner that feels awkward that I will go talk to. Because usually at big parties and bars, I feel out of place and I feel awkward. Like I'd rather be at home, playing something. So a guy that looks like he's feeling the same way, I'll go talk to him. The cocky guys I'm not into at all. The more confident a guy is, usually the less interested I am. I do like the kind of shy, insecure, awkward ones. Those I find really cute. He also wants to know, who do you think will top the competition now that everyone, including Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, is all trying to capitalize off the motion controller? Do you think Nintendo will come out on top again? And I do. I think Nintendo did it right. I think that Nintendo spoke to casual gamers because, middle America and people that don't play a lot of games, they still know the name Nintendo and they know it's a safe name. And the Wii came out really cheap and it came with everything they needed to use the Wii, including a free game. Now with like Connect and Move, more people, casual gamers, know Sony and PlayStation than they know Xbox, but these people that don't play video games aren't going to go buy a $300 system plus all the add-ons they need to be able to play the motion controllers. If you've never played a PlayStation, you're not going to go buy a PlayStation 3 plus Move plus games to play, and same with Connect. You're going to go buy a Nintendo Wii that's got everything built in. You don't need any other add-ons, and it's got the free game. And that's why I think Nintendo is still going to come out on top when it comes to all the motion control games. Resident Evil 214 wants to know, what do I think of the Resident Evil games? I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, although I do think Resident Evil most recently has gotten away from the survival horror roots. that it started with. Like a Resident Evil 1 was a scary ass game, but 4 and 5 not so much. But I still like them. As an action adventure game, they're good. They're really good. And I thought 5 was much better co-op. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil. I kind of prefer old school Resident Evil over new, but they're all good games. Daddy Buddy 19 wants to know, what do I play more, Xbox 360 or PS3? I'm gonna go with the 360 for sure. I only use my PS3 for PS3 exclusive games. Everything else I'll play on the 360. I just like the live content better. I like the live interface. I like the dashboard better. I I just like the whole interface of 360 is so much better. Plus achievements. And if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm quite the achievement whore. So Xbox 360 definitely has its hooks in me on that one. The Fast Slash wants to know what I think of the Assassin's Creed series. I didn't like Assassin's Creed 1. I found it extremely boring. 2 was better. And I'm playing Brotherhood now, which I'm going to do a review for you guys. But I'll say right now the same thing I said on Twitter. The controls are a pain in the ass. The platforming, completely unpolished. And 30 minutes into the game, and I'd already fallen through the level once and got stuck in a wall. So that's a buggy ass game. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it, but stay tuned for my full review, which I should have up in the next week. Fox Sweet wants to know if I'm looking forward to Little Big Planet 2. That's a huge yes. Rob Metal Cheese asks, what do you think of the Fear series, and are you excited about Fear 3? I could have cared less about the Fear series, and I know I'm a huge survival horror fan, and I do like shooters. Fear 3 was kind of like, I'm going to get totally murdered for this, but Fear 3 was totally like Dead Space to me, where it wanted to be scary, but using the startle effect and the jump out of a dark space and go boo effect is not scary to me, and that is the cheapest way to make a scary game. A very super, super scary game that's really good at it is Fatal Frame, and that's when I'm terrified without any monsters on the screen. I know I've said all of this probably more than once, but I think it's the atmosphere and the environment and the overlining just feeling of the game that makes it scary. It's not the jump out and startle me stuff. That's so cheap. So yeah, Fear did not get me, and I'm not excited for Fear 3. Lastly, Rob Metal Cheese wants to know what are some of my favorite horror films. I'm going to go with the Texas Chainsaw series, Friday the 13th series, definitely the Halloween series, Evil Dead, Martyrs. I don't really know if you're going to call that horror, but whatever. It's creepy and it's disgusting, so I love that. What are some of my other favorites? I also love Aliens. I love Dawn of the Dead. I don't know. I just love all horror films. I love campy, cheesy slashers to really super over-the-top gore fests to zombie massacres. I love them all. And yeah, the gorier, the better. Well, guys, that's all I have for you right now. Keep checking back for some more reviews, and I've also got some previews of Dragon Age 2 and Sims Medieval coming up. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll be talking to you next week, hopefully on a live chat. Guys, have a good one.